Hey home learners, nice to see you again. We are back for another Halloween craft. That's right, I love Halloween and I like to make crafts. So we're going to do a DIY paper ghost today. You can follow along with me and make it at home. And if you haven't checked out the jack-o'-lantern that we made in the other video, make sure to look at that too, because that one's fun. So come along and let's make our paper ghost together. Now, if you're my student, then you have two pieces of white paper in front of you. They're half sheet size, and they have numbers and a ghost on one and some faces on the other. If you do not have this, that's okay. Check the link in the description. You'll find your template. All you can do is download it, print it out yourself, and then come on back, and you can do it right along with us at home. So make sure you have your two pieces of paper. And I've invited some of my favorite students to come help us. They are going to do it along with us together. So hi guys, and they will, you can help you follow along. Right, so let's get to it. First, we're going to need to find the paper with the ghost on it. And it says step 1, cut out the ghost. So I made a nice thick black line for you to follow along. You can cut all the way around, turning the paper as you go. Just make a nice cut and cut out the ghost. There you go. Okay. You can set this part down here aside. We'll come back to that later. Now that you've got your ghost all cut out, you can set it down and look for the other piece of paper. This one has a box on it, and it's step 2. We're going to cut out the square. So the square is 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4 cuts. You need to make the square first. Then we'll do the next steps together. So just get that square ready to go. Great. Now, remember that ghost we cut out before? Yep, well, we're going to put it on. So here's what it says. Glue on gray only. So grab your glue sticks. And you're going to glue on this gray space right here. And then you're going to take your ghost and you're going to stick it on top. Do you see how the bottom sort of matches the ghost? So you don't want to see any gray down below. There you go. And it should all be white coming down now. All right. Now, what we need to do is, you see these little lines that you have? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines that come down to the bottom. We're going to cut along those lines, nice and neat and straight, up to the ghost. Once you hit the ghost, stop. So 1, cut, 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 2, cut, 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 3, and 4. You're making these little strips, and 5. That's important. Try to get a nice straight cut if you can. It'll make the rolling part next easier. Right, once you have all those strips cut, then we're going to roll them up. So now you can use your fingers, you can use a pencil to help you. You can roll them tight, you can roll them loose. Doesn't really matter. Just start with one and roll it up into like a little cylinder all the way up. Roll it up, roll it up. And once you let go, it'll open up a little bit. And it'll kind of look like smoke or some cloud coming off the ghost. You can see in the picture with the video of my students to get an idea of what that might look like. So roll them, roll them, roll them all the way up, and then you can fan them out a little bit to make them as big or as small as you want. Great. Okay, now that we've got that done, we are so close to finishing this ghost. I put a little gray line across here, one small and one big. It's because I want you to write something on the ghost. And of course, it's Halloween time, and a good greeting that you hear at that time is Happy Halloween. So I did all capital letters just to make it stand out more. Happy, and then on the bottom line, because it's bigger, Halloween. There you go. So you can write that on your ghost now too. Cool. Okay, what's the ghost missing? A face, of course. So going back to that other piece of paper, step 4, you'll see a lot of examples of different ghost faces. Of course, you can use one from these examples for your own ghost. You can mix and match eyes and mouths, or you can just do your own, however you want to do it. But I thought I'd give you a few options to look at for reference. So choose a face and draw your ghost. Now make sure that you make it a nice big. We don't want a tiny little face. We want a big face on our ghost right up here where there's enough room that it won't interfere with our writing. So I chose this face and I just drew it on with a nice big black permanent marker. And there we go. Now we've got our ghost, but we're not done yet. We've got to make the speech bubble. Now, you remember step 5 down here, we set this aside. I have 2 different speech bubbles, one for either side, depending on the face you chose. You can choose one of these. Don't use both of them, but choose one that you would work best for whatever face you have. I've got a square one for more writing and then the round one. And we can think of different things that we could write, like trick or treat is a good one the ghost might be saying, or maybe just a ghost thing, boo, or whatever you think is Halloween-y and that you want to use. Find the speech bubble that you want, cut it out after you write your words on it, and then, of course, go back to your ghost and glue it on. Now, you don't need to glue the whole thing, or else it will be all sticky. Just this part right here, a little bit on the edge, because you're going to stick it on near the mouth, but not in the mouth. And then I wanted to write boo. And there you go. And that is my ghost. Now here's an example that I took a picture of one that I made as well. And of course my students have made theirs now too. And I hope that you can make yours and you can hang it in the classroom or in your house, or you can just make a whole bunch and do whatever. It would be really interesting to have a bunch of ghosts for Halloween. All right. Hey, home learners, thank you for joining me. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with and all the cool little pumpkin-y, ghosty things that you've done. Thank you to my student helpers for helping me with this video. And enjoy. Halloween's a great time for crafting, so get to it. And come back and see me again, and we'll do some more fun things together. Until then, bye-bye.